So this is Dylusions Ink Spray. And the way everything has reacted, I'm curious if it's because it's chipboard, is it because the surface was gessoed? I don't know, but I want to try and find out. Hi everybody. If you watched my last video where I was creating a puzzle that Dylusions with Stampers Anonymous came out with, I really liked how the background of the puzzle turned out. And I had wondered if it was because it was gessoed, because it didn't look quite the same as when you usually use Dylusion sprays. And I really loved how it was looking. So I was very curious as to why it was turning out that way. So I prepped some tags during that video. Like I did it while I was doing the puzzle, but I didn't include it in that video because I was going to make it a different video, which is this one. So I will insert that clip now of me prepping the tags. So I have a few tags here. I'm going to gesso 2 of them and leave 1 naked. So I just have some Liquitex Basics gesso. And I still have not cleaned my paint water. That's my paint water. Then there's too much. Okay, I just had an idea for another one. One that's partially gessoed. It's maybe hard to do. Let it dry. So I'm going to have 2 fully gessoed tags, 1 stencil gessoed, so it's kind of half and half, and then I'll do 1 plain. I'm going to wait for these to dry. So as you saw in the video, I gessoed 2 fully, left 1 plain, and this one I just gessoed through a stencil. So maybe I'll do the one that has no gesso on it so we can compare. Getting out the splat box because sprays are crazy messy. I'm actually going to throw on my apron too. I am wearing a shirt that I actually really like, which is very silly of me. I should know better. Wearing Dina Wakely's apron. I think I need one of these for cooking. This thing's big. I like it. Okay, so on the puzzle I had used vanilla custard, mushy peas, rose quartz, London blue, and some white linen. So I'm going to use the same colors because I want to see if I can achieve that look. So I know I had some vanilla custard, and pink, and I had green, and then I did some blue on top, and I didn't like how dark it was, so I added some white. And my nozzle was no good. And that was the other thing. I really liked how the white mixed in there. Just gonna add a bit more pink. Okay. Just want to sop up some of the ink on the side. So I'm pushing it to the edge of the tag, not really going on the tag. Just hopefully like trying to draw it out. Okay, I need to put this somewhere to dry. I just have a cardboard box here. So I'm just going to put it inside this cardboard box. Maybe. Not that I'm one of those that are afraid to get dirty, but there's less chance of me transferring it somewhere where I don't want it to go if I don't have it on my hands. Okay, so that's one without gesso. Now let's do the exact same thing on a fully gessoed tag. So we had vanilla custard, some pink, mushy peas, London blue, I think I want a little more pink. There we go. Now that I think of it, I dried it with a heat gun. So just in case that makes a difference. I know, I'll let this one dry on its own. And then I'm going to dry this one before it dries on its own. So now to do one that we will dry with a heat gun. Same colors. So I think, ooh, I'm dropping everything. This one still has not dried, but you can tell it's different already. So this is No Gesso. Gesso letting dry on its own, and Gesso heat drying. And I think this one gives it the closest results to the puzzle. It's like giving all these specklies and mixture and just all the stuff that I liked that was happening on the puzzle piece. It is happening on this tag. So that is quite cool. This one is cool, but in a different way. Like, if you just look at it, it has this, I don't know, velvet would be the right material I'm thinking of. Crushed velvet, I think that's what I'm thinking of. But that's what this looks like in person anyway. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person it looks like you should touch it and it would be so soft and like velvet. Got the specklies up here though. I think the white makes a huge difference. I think the white is what helps create all the specklies and stuff. This one is nice in a different way. Like, it's very pastel, which I'm not a huge pastel person, but I do love this area right here, that color. It's like one of my favorite colors here. And I've noticed the blue loves to travel. This is looking purpley, like lilac. But if you're into pastels, this is very pretty. Okay, so all we have left is that one tag that was half gessoed and half not. So I'm just going to apply the same colors because why not? And I'm going to heat dry it, so you would think you'll get a mixture of these two. You would think. So we'll see. Try not to use as much blue since it really loves to take over. Loving it. That is pretty cool. So as you can see, we do have this darker coloring, and then on the diamonds we do have it looking like this. So that's pretty cool. So we have Gessoed, heat dry, no gesso, gesso and let it dry it on its own, some gesso, some not, and we heat dried it. I find it funny how the difference in these two. But that could have been like where, I don't know, maybe more of the white mixed in with it or something to give that more pastel look. But I do love this right here. So now what am I going to do with these tags? That's for another video.